Hello, this is Jim Hazard with Common Accord. What we're going to show here is a way to build your own local site of Common Accord so that you can use the Git and source code based methods for doing legal. So from here, the goal is to do this kind of a thing. So this example is a YCombinator note. There's a term sheet like this. The term sheet, of course, can render into a little statement of bullet points here. But it can also be integrated with any of the YCombinator forms of note. There's the cap. You can also do cap discount, just discount. And that turns into the full document by connecting the term sheet with the source code of the forms of note. You can do some such things as parameterize and turn into hyperlinks the various defined terms and so forth. So you can source legal as if it was source code. So how do we do that? We go to GitHub, and we'll use this as the example, that note that we just saw. And so in the README, it shows us the list of dependencies. We start at the bottom and work our way up. So we'll put it over here. I've got here the 4 things that I've got locally, my local host. And let's start making that. So if we start from here, we can make our form of agreement. So let's clone that. So what we'll clone is first that host. And then in the host, in the vendor part, oops, in the vendor part, we will put the we'll put Primavera's app like that, so that's expanding, and then we'll go. I'll show you what that leaves us. So we've got a number of folders, and doc is where we put all the documents. So we'll cd into doc, and then in doc we'll do some more cloning. So the first things that we're going to clone are some general purpose utilities. DAC Z is a bunch of widgets, and we'll clone it as Z, like that. Is a bunch of document widgets that allow you to build paragraphs and documents and things. We'll also clone in there something that's designed for this, which is you, which is information about you, about places, so forth, about sort of facts, let us say. And we'll clone that into you. Okay? So then we'll create a new directory. So we'll create because we're going to put all of our Git things there. So we'll make a directory G for Git, and we'll change into that directory, G. And then we'll do some more cloning. And this way, here we'll clone all that useful stuff. So form, let's go copy those things in. Just the list of what we have here. So we're going to copy the safe note like that. Sorry, I'm going to make sure I'm copying it correctly. We'll copy that in like this. So we'll clone that in. Then we'll clone in the non-disclosure agreement, because in addition to our note, we've also got a non-disclosure agreement. So we'll do the non-disclosure agreement like that. That'll clone it in. We do a basic infrastructure for agreements. So, and this is actually in 3 languages. And then our basic note, the demo that we were trying to put together. So it's got all the dependencies, and now we put this in here, like this. Okay, so that expands, and now if all is gone well, it should be that we see over here our new SMAC host. You see it's got the code and it's ready to go, and we go to the top of the file system, which is where the D was, and in the G we'll discover that we've got that note, and if all has gone well, we then can render that document again from here. So you'll see, so there we've got the whole document like that. And just so you can see what else is here, it's got 4 forms of the note, so that's the cap discount. Again, the same thing, you reference the term sheet and you reference the form of the agreement that you want. So that gives us the other form of SAFE's note. Okay. Takes a moment to render here locally. And we've also done, just for the heck of it, we have the non-disclosure agreement, which is based on a form that originally was from Cooley Go, though I've modified it substantially. And that gives us a non-disclosure agreement, a one-way confidentiality agreement that protects the discussions regarding the investment, like that. Everything up, and again, parameterization, everything in source code, so it remains structured information. So that's the basic idea. Up on GitHub, we have resources. Each one is mounted in a particular, needs to be mounted in a particular place, and it all basically uses the host and the app. The rest of it is all just documents. Okay, so thank you very much. You can find more information at Common Core.